Welcome to Chiang Mai Chatter. So, I often start with that word so, but I promise not always to do that. But I wanted to talk about, I think a lot about whether I'm saving money in this country, in Thailand, and versus what meals I'm eating, what food I'm eating, what drinks I'm drinking. And I just thought I'd do this little episode, kind of a short one, just to talk about my typical kind of morning, maybe. And it's not always the same, hence typical. Not every morning is the same, but sure, I don't know on a daily basis if I'm really saving money compared to the UK, but I know that I am on my rent. But let's just say there's one big thing here where I didn't really cook a lot in the UK. I didn't really do much at home in the way of eating, and if I did, it might have been a takeaway or a takeaway and taking it home, or having it delivered. Well, rarely having it delivered, more takeaway. But here, most of the time, 2 or 3 meals a day anyway, I am eating out. And anyone knows about Thai food, it's very good price. I mean, even the Thais say it's a good price. Of course, that's probably debatable. Not enough is probably being said about Thais. The cost of living for them compared to lots of Westerners, Farangs, not all Westerners, but non-Thais, and what I was thinking about was, you buy these little things, you buy these smoothies, you buy fresh fruit, and when I say fresh fruit, I mean it's already cut up for you, it's all ready to eat. And you buy your meals, and it totals maybe more than you think it's going to total in a day, but it's the health factor. Now, I might be a bit of an unusual example because everyone's different, but I do have this, I did have a sort of a health change a few years ago, and now I implement that into my living in Asia. And in fact, it's because this kind of food or drink is on your doorstep, it just makes me want to be better in that regard. So regard to what I eat or drink. So let's just give you an example, and I'll tell you a bit about where I purchase these things. Not actual addresses and that, but why I buy these. But let's start off with, sometimes in the week I will do what I used to do in the UK, which is have a banana. Now, there's differences between the Southeast Asian bananas and the ones that we get imported in the UK, but you still have those big bananas, let's call them big bananas here. And I tend to, not every week, not every day, I tend to buy 4 or 5 from a lady that's, she's just a simple sort of, she's not simple, she's the simple kind of seller, not far from Khao Soi Mae Sai in Santitham area. It's a very famous Khao Soi place in Chiang Mai, and she sells all kinds of fruit, but that's mainly what I buy from her, and it's maybe 40 baht. Now that you can get cheaper, maybe in markets, but I like to help her out. So that might be one of those. Before in my life, or sometimes even now, I will bookend my day with a banana at the beginning and a banana at the end. But let's just say I have a banana when I first get up, and then an hour or so later, 2 hours later sometimes, when I'm not pushing myself to get out the door, I will then, be properly hungry, and I will have a coconut smoothie for about 35 baht. I don't have any milk or sugar. It's just literally coconut water smoothie, and it's amazing. I mean, it's got electrolytes, of course, and I've mentioned them before in these little episodes. The little company is called Abrak Chamuk Station, I think it's called. And then let's just say, as an example today, at the same place, at the same stall, the mother of the person who does the drinks, she also sells the fried banana, fried sweet potato, or fried banana and fried potato pieces, like a mixed bag, for 20 baht. So again, that's about 45 pence probably in the UK. But this isn't, as I say, this isn't a cost of living thing. This is just saying that. So then, I walked slowly to the coffee shop. I had a coffee, 40 baht, and it was really good coffee place called Magic Brew. I do sometimes go to other places, and I don't sometimes even have a coffee. And then I thought, because I wasn't interested in buying my fresh watermelon pieces, and I kind of, as a general rule, I buy watermelon and pineapple pieces on a daily basis almost, and that can be anything from 15-20 baht to 25-40 baht, but on average I'd probably pay 25 baht for one of each of those. But I thought, well, I'm not going to do that today. Obviously trying to be healthy and trying to be, you can be over sort of routine, military, what's the word I'm looking for? You could be over, I can't think of the word now, but I'm being too strict on myself anyway. But I thought, right, so that coffee shop, it does avocado. Not everywhere does an avocado smoothie, but quite a few do. And avocado is one of those things that you can mix with banana in a smoothie. And here it's anything from, again, maybe 35 baht, 40 baht, 50 baht. And today I did that. I just said avocado with watermelon, with pineapple. And, sorry, I'm really hot. I lost my train of thought. But, I just had that, and so it's a mix, and it's like 50 baht for three ingredients, and you don't even need the extra sugar. So it's one thing to bear in mind in Thailand, places, and not just Thailand, South Korea, and even probably the UK, just in some places, they might add a tiny bit of sugar, and I always say no sugar, no milk, mimi nam tang, something like that. My Thai is not good at all, but I just know some things. And I might sometimes put a little bit of honey in it, but really it doesn't need it. Pineapple is sweet, watermelon is pretty sweet, and avocado is not that sweet, but when you have it with banana or something, it's a perfect combination because of the sort of texture of it. And then, of course, I'm getting full by now. This is a couple of hours in the morning of being healthy, in between sitting down, maybe doing some work on my laptop. And then I've just had my first, let's say, meal. And, I don't know, it's sort of early mid-afternoon, I think. And, no, not mid-afternoon. Gosh, what time is it? It's... can't see on here, but yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I had my first meal of the day, and it's a pretty healthy fried rice. Now the word fried is in that, but it's cow pad, but it doesn't, I have it mostly vegetarian, but sometimes with, sometimes that comes with eggs, sometimes it doesn't, depends what you ask and whether they think you mean this. So obviously, very occasionally I have a shrimp one as well. And I just feel like, wow, that's a really sort of good healthy start to the day. Now I'm not a saint. This is not like it for the rest of the day. Last night I had a pizza, and I had a few cookies, or biscuits as we say in the UK. And so I just wanted to, it's just something that in these countries, especially Thailand, you can get these places. It's something I miss when I go to South Korea. You can't do this, of course you can in the UK you can do it to an extent if you're going to make stuff, but if you're eating out all the time, and trying to be healthy, which I am, at least if I can do it for half the day, if not 2/3 of the day, and still not be stupid later. I might have a pad thai, which of course these foods might be fried, but I'm really trying to get all the things in my body, like a bit of tofu, which is often in pad thai, especially if it's a vegetarian pad thai. It will have egg in it, so you've got the protein there. And I'm someone that doesn't really like egg, but because it's thrown in with things, I don't really care. So yeah, I'm really just wanting to talk about this, the way that you can be healthy without really even thinking about it. Although obviously it might sound like I overthink things. And yeah, I really, I just feel good for knowing that I'm doing that. And it's not, and that is in addition to, having quite a lot of water, whether that's water that's given to me with my coffee, whether that's a massive swig of water when I wake up, and when I do a bit of mindful stuff. But it's important to get your fluids in you, because otherwise, especially on hot days, it's gonna hit you if you're dehydrated already and you then venture outside, or if you carry on walking like I am right now. It's it can be detrimental, to say the least. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you find some of this information handy, helpful. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, I'll leave you with a bit of atmosphere, as I often do. Okay, see ya.